Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Stardew Valley here on the Game Professor channel. I'm your host, the Game Professor, and today it is Thursday the 11th of winter. Just quickly double checking if there's anything I need in there. But let's check our weather and our luck to start off. Gonna have another large swath of videos today for you in Stardew Land. We do not have the update, the 1.5 update on console just yet, but we're powering through it until we get it. Neutral spirits today, and was there living off the land? Yes, there is. There's a couple of fish you can only find in winter. Squid and lingcod. Squid can be caught from the ocean in the evening. Lingcod can be found in fresh water all day. Of course, there's rumors of extremely rare and unique fish that can only be found in particular seasons, but I don't have any information on them. And I believe we've gotten both lingcod and squid, I believe. Yes, we've got lingcod. We have not gotten squid yet. Okay, so we'll probably do some ocean fishing today. One of the parameters for completion, really, in this version. So we got pepper poppers and algae soup. Nice. And I, of course, forgot to actually read both of those letters aloud, so let me go grab them. That's not what I wanted. Ah! I really hope that wasn't going to be a crystal fruit. Oh boy, it's one of those days, guys. Let's see here. No. No. Well, I don't know where they went. I thought that those would still appear there. So, apparently not. But algae soup from Clint and pepper poppers from Shane. Wow. I apologize, guys. I'm definitely a bit in the brain cloud today for some reason. Do I have my thingerdoodle? And my thingerdoodle is my hoe. I do not see it. I should have watched my episodes from last week to remind myself of everything that was going on. I have to assume that it's at Clint's getting upgraded. Oh, lovely. Lovely, lovely. How we doing, everybody? Oh dear. You're all very upset. Well, not all of you. Some of you are. Yeah, let's get hay out for ya. I will be a better carer. I shouldn't have put those back, I just realized. Whoopsie. It's fine. I can just do it like this. And upset cows. If only I had enough money for an auto grabber. Nothing new from the lava eels. That's fine. But I think I'm actually gonna sell all of these eggs for now. I think, maybe. Definitely gonna sell all this. And I'm gonna pickle some pumpkins to do the, oh no! Ugh! Oh, goodness gracious. Yeah, I'm gonna waste those 2 hops because pickled hops just aren't worth that much. This is a big part of why I have my kegs and preserve jars in separate locations, generally speaking. So, lots of fun with that. But we will sell some things for now. Sell those. And I know I can use that. I can use both of those. Awesome. Let me go turn those into the community center then. And since we're still in a state of waiting for the update, I really am still just kind of trying to power through community center completion so that when the new update drops, we'll be able to get to the island as quickly as possible. But also with this, you'll have noticed that I was doing a lot of stuff with relationships in the last couple of episodes, and the reason for that is there is this new completion element of the game that is unlike anything that we've had before. We've had the get your grandfather's rating of the farm after the second year has passed. We've had that, but this is a little bit more involved. This is actually a case where we have... I always forget that I haven't brought the aquamarine. I'm sure that I have an aquamarine somewhere that I can do that with. Silly me. But but back to what I was saying, these elements of completion that go beyond what you would be looking at with the just with Grandpa's rating. Ooh, cookies. Love that. And it's really important to keep that in mind at this point, I think, because there's now a secret endgame area that you can only reach when you have this 100% rating. And I really like that. I like that detail. I think that it encourages, and especially the ways that completion is achieved, it's urging you in large part to interact more with the townspeople, because a big part of it is having the ability to craft everything in the game and cook every recipe in the game. The only way you can do all of those things is by befriending everybody. I'm just gonna get a whole bunch, actually. It's cheap. I really don't worry about buying bait if I have to. But this way, I can get this all cleared out. And just one last quick check, make sure everything is baited. Perfect. So then I'm just going to very quickly look and see who I can give gifts to still this week. Because I'll probably try to pop over to the saloon if possible. And for everyone there, I'll probably just get them a beer, because it's a good, simple method. I don't have any coffee on me right now, but I do need to be keeping coffee in mind for Harvey. Let me do that. And I will eventually, once we start doing fishing with the squid in mind, I will probably at that point switch over to the wild bait. But I think what we're going to do right now, we're just going to do a day of ocean fishing. It is early to be going for the squid right now, but it never hurts to be doing the various fishing locations at all times. I'm pretty sure I've gotten most of all of the common fish that you can get in each of the areas. I do need to do more fishing in the mines, because I do not yet have a stonefish or an ice pip, if I remember correctly. So really, like I said, this is just the big thing right now for me with this file, is trying to keep those endgame things in mind, so that we're in a good, solid position once we unlock the island and unlock Mr. Key's walnut room and stuff like that. Because I'm not the sort of player who usually does completionist things. It's just not the way that I play games ever. So it is something that I really need to put more thought and effort into. I am curious, though, how does everyone else play games? Like, are you the sort of person that just kind of goes through the motions of playing the game, just trying to have that play experience? Or are you actively trying to find everything and do everything that a game has to offer? I know for me, in regard to this game, I have never once gotten all of the food recipes. I have never once actually gotten every single one, because I've never befriended everybody sufficiently to get every single recipe. Excuse me. Apologize for that long pause. I knew that sneeze was coming. But because it's interesting. I feel like for me, because games are at their core for me really a form of storytelling, I really do have much more of a narrative focus when I play. Yes, I will do narrative things that are a bit completionist-like when they crop up. Like, if it makes sense for me to try to get all the flags, for example. Oops, I didn't mean to drop the stone in, or the trash in the ocean. That was very bad form on my part. But like I was saying, mean, prime example that I realize I've mentioned a lot here before, the difference between the flags in the first Assassin's Creed versus the feathers and the glyphs in Assassin's Creed 2. And while I have not yet actually managed to get every single feather in Assassin's Creed 2. Did I say Mass Effect? I think I might have accidentally said Mass Effect. I meant Assassin's Creed. But the big element with that is there's no narrative purpose behind the flags in the first Assassin's Creed. I really... it's purely a completionist tick mark in my book. There's no other way for me to really think about it. But the flags, or the feathers in Assassin's Creed 2, do have a narrative weight to them. And it makes the collection of them that much more compelling to a player like me, while at the same time I absolutely also recognize the fact that they kind of are also still a completionist tick mark. And for me, getting back to Stardew, one of the things that that's always kind of felt completionist tick mark-y for me is getting all the recipes, crafting all of the crafting recipes, getting the obelisks and the gold clock for the farm, stuff like that. Those are not things that really had much weight for me, but I know that there is a narrative weight to what happens if you hit that completion rating, and there is a unique cutscene depending on which character you are married to, or if you are not married, and stuff like that. And I haven't looked up any of those cutscenes, so I actually have no idea what any of them are. Obviously, as I have talked about frequently, Penny will be our wife once we get to that point, and I am purposefully kind of holding off on pushing her over the top on hearts really quickly. It's really easy to just kind of go too quickly on that, I find, if you're not careful. So I'm enjoying the fact that I actually have a certain degree of balance among hearts with NPCs right now. But the fact that there is now a narrative weight to those completionist tick marks for me, it's like, okay, I actually want to do them. But at the same time, they are still completionist tick marks in my head, so I have to really think about them to do them. So we will definitely be getting everyone's hearts all the way up. We'll definitely be working to make sure that we're crafting everything. Every food recipe we're going to be making for ourselves. We'll definitely be getting all of the buildings, all the obelisks and stuff like that. So lots of stuff to look forward to, especially as we're really moving toward being able to have a lot of productivity on the farm. Like, I have a lot of wood saved up right now, and there's a reason for that. It's so that I can make a lot of kegs and a lot of preserve jars. And as soon as I'm able to make a second thing, a second word. Shed. Goodness gracious. I will be doing that, and I'll be separating out the preserve jars and the kegs, and I will be upgrading those sheds so that we have giant sheds full of preserve jars and kegs, and it will be marvelous and fun, and I love it. Let me see here. What is the least useful thing in here right now? Probably, unfortunately, that... Well, actually, the stone probably. We'll get plenty of stone. I'm not super worried about our stone amounts. But I think we will do probably one more cast after this, and then we'll head over to the saloon, see who all is there, see who all we can get around for. We're getting plenty of squid, though. I'm very pleased with that. Very exciting. Because I will probably store some of those so that I can make fried calamari. This is part of the problem. I usually only save carp because it doesn't really matter what level the carp is at. You're probably going to be better off making food out of it than trying to sell it for money. And I'm just, because of that, I don't think about saving any other kind of fish. Alright, looks like we got our usual folks. So, well, I will start off by giving Shane a pizza. No, give it to Shane. Oh wow, Game Professor, how do you know this is my favorite? Because I know you, Shane. What do you want? Leave me alone. Well, fine, be that way. Then we will get around for everyone else. That is 7, including myself. Because yes, I will always include myself in the round that I buy. Thank you, I'm feeling a positive energy from this gift. Oh, goodness, are you sure? Hey, now this is really something. Thanks a million, kid. This is a really nice gift, thank you. And our final 2 over here. Hey, Clint. This is a fun gift, thanks. This looks great, thank you. Excellent. And then we will have our beer, and just want to see here. Linus is still highest. And Shane and Clint are in the green with 3. Penny's still low. Abigail and Emily, they're all still at 2. Alright, we're not doing bad. We are not doing bad. And then, hopefully, we'll have a nice, productive day tomorrow. I'm hoping we can go to the mines. I'm hoping for some good luck on that front. And if I don't see my hoe being announced as ready, I'm going to assume that it was ready today, and I'm just silly. I'm trying to remember if tuna is needed for a recipe or not. I know shrimp is. I'm gonna... No, it's salmon that I'm thinking of, I think. There we go, that looks pretty good. Just gonna drop some things off in the chests. That's not what I wanted. Put the cave carrots back. You don't need cave carrots. And I inadvertently sounded rather like Tom Hanks in A League of Their Own there. There's no crying in baseball. Yep, that's where my brain's at, everybody. Quoting old movies. Let's see, what all did we make? I keep forgetting we're just in year 1 on this save file. Because certainly I would never be thinking, oh, barrel toward endgame in year 1, generally speaking. I mean, I've never even wanted to give myself the challenge of trying to complete the community center in year 1, because that's just too stressful for me. Good luck, good luck. Alright, sweet, good humor. So then, and I didn't hear anything about my hoe, so I'm going to assume that Clint has it, so we're going to go over there and try to get it. Game Professor, I'm researching the forgotten art of shadow divination. I require an item known as Void Essence. Bring it to me and you will be rewarded. Rasmodius, Wizard. You got it, Rasmodius. We can do that, I dare say. Let's see here. What all? Oh. Also need that squid ink for a recipe eventually. No idea when I'm gonna get it, but I know I need it. And goodness gracious, I need to get myself a mini fridge. Oh. I can turn that in. And it's a Friday, so I need to remember to go to the merchant. In the off chance she has something I can use. Do I need the wine still? No, I don't. Right? No, I don't. Okay. Let's see here. Just trying to be thorough, guys. I realize this is not the most interesting footage right now. Nope, no hoe there. Okay, so Clint must have it. See if there's anything else I can turn in. Would you look at that? I don't have an aquamarine. Well, we're gonna have to get ourselves an aquamarine today then. Silly, silly. I do have Void Essence, so I'm just gonna bring one to Rasmodius right now, lest I forget about it. And that should work out nicely timing-wise for us to go to Clint to get our hoe. And I hope I'm remembering that correctly. I have to be. There's no other explanation for where it would be. So. Alright, merchant lady, what do you have? Morel. Huh. Nothing. Literally nothing. That's good for me. Because I'm pretty sure I've already turned in the fiddlehead fern. Yep. Oh, I probably have a maple syrup too, I just realized. Nothing. Nothing of use to me. How unfortunate. And by unfortunate, I mean incredibly irritating. I mean, granted, the real reason I want to get the community center done is so that we'll be able to go to Ginger Island as quickly as possible. So, it's not a big deal if we don't get that done right away. Ah, you've brought it! You've earned my gratitude and a 1,000 gold reward. Now go. I believe the townsfolk are afraid of me. It is unfortunate, but I suppose it is human to be afraid of the unknown. Yeah. That does tend to be the actual source of fear for many types of phobias. Whether it's an actual phobia or just standard generic fears. I would not say the general fear of death that most humans have is truly a phobia. But certainly something like the fear of dark water, that is absolutely rooted in the unknown. Because dark water is large and you can't see anything in it. Kind of the point. Alright, got our maple syrup there. Let me fix that. I can't have these random trees popping up. This is a highly regulated orchard. Speaking of highly regulated, let's actually replace that. God dang it. Then I go put one in a not correct spot. I am going to have to contend with the mahogany seeds once we get the update, because mahogany seeds are a great source for hardwood, and I definitely need to be thinking of that. But speaking of hardwood, let's get this stump while we're at it. Need to be better about remembering that stump. But, hi Chester. For now, we will go to Clint. There we go. Well, first we will turn in the maple syrup and the maki roll. Then we'll go to Clint. And then we will go off to the mine. Actually, no, I'm going to Clint first because there are so many artifact spots. Holy cow. So many artifact spots. I need my hoe. There we are, gold hoe. You received a gold hoe. Sweet. And we'll quickly take care of all of these artifact spots. Hopefully we get some artifacts, though I will never say no to clay. Ooh, lost book. Excellent. Also, we'll never say no to a lost book. Excellent, excellent. And I will eventually go through the lost books. I know what most of them say, generally speaking, especially more the ones that are more gameplay information related. Red mullet. Well, I'll try, Willie. I'll try. Let me just get things organized here a little bit better for myself. That's fine. I'm not gonna quibble about the fact that the one crystal fruit is in its own row, and the other crystal fruit at the different quality is in a different row. I could really quibble about that, but I don't particularly want to at the moment. Alright. So, the poppy, we'll be able to start growing the poppy as soon as spring hits. So that'll be good. I should... Let me just take a look here. I could get an apricot or a cherry sapling. Except, wait. Before I forget, holy cow. Speaking of cows, holy cow. How did I almost forget about the stinking milk pail? Get the stinking milk pail, Cole. Get it. Then I can milk the cows finally. Hopefully, at least one of them will have some milk that I can get from them. And then after that, we will get some cheese going. And then the artisan bundle will at least be done with. Supplies. Milk pail. Well, this episode is becoming much more of a hodgepodge than I intended it to be, guys. But that's honestly one of my favorite things about this game is it is so easy to just kind of have a nice variable sort of day with your gameplay, and I think that that's just a lot of fun, really. There we go. I'm gonna hazard a guess that the chickens have also eaten already. Oh, new baby duckling, yay! What is a good duck name? Jemima was obvious. What's another good duck name? I know it's a female duck because it lays eggs, but we're going to call her Donald. Because Donald Duck is just a delightful character, and I need a delightful association with that name again. And we got a duck egg, and I think that then has us good for the animal bundle as well. I think. Oh no, we'll need a large milk too. Okay, that's fine. But yeah, we will get one of these milks going for cheese. I'm honestly, right now, I'm going to sell the other eggs just because simplicity at this moment for me, basically. I'm trying to think too much about saving stuff is mostly just creating brain confusion. These I will store since I know we'll need milk for stuff. Yeah, you can just see how many recipes we don't have. And it's just kind of wild to me. There we go. Alright. Oh, I do want to store these all in here. Probably be able to get some more seed packets going soon. Okay. So, off we go with this duck egg to drop off at the community center. And then we'll be left with one more each on everything for the greenhouse, which is really exciting. I'm going to have to double check on any extra seeds that we have, just in the off chance that we have a poppy seed or something like that. Let's see what all we can do. Animal bundle. There we are. Have a duck egg. And then, as soon as we get a large milk, as soon as we get a large milk, in it goes, and we'll have the cheese later tonight. I do want to go and try to get an aquamarine right now, though, because I can't believe I haven't gotten the aquamarine in Emily's bundle yet. Oh, cutscene for Sebastian. Wonderful. Oh, hello, Game Profess. What? You haven't seen my motorcycle before? I guess I haven't shown it to you. Sometimes after sundown, I make the long ride out of Stardew Valley. This is really interesting in the winter. I'm just gonna throw that out there. There's nothing else like it, blazing along the empty stretch of road toward the faint city glow. Once I've saved up enough money, I'm gonna head out on my own, to the city and beyond. Just me and my bike. There we go. Oil's changed. Hey, maybe I'll let you ride sometime if you want. That sounds fun. Seriously. Great. This is the most I've gotten to know Sebastian before in a playthrough. So I kind of like that he bumped up so much in terms of friendship randomly because I happened to give him a gift on his birthday. Alright. Nothing interesting in Artifact Land. Okay. Aquamarine. I should have checked which metal I need the most. Well, let's go to 10. And, of course, first things first, an infested floor. Just what I wanted. I mean, at least the green slimes are one-hit kills. And, of course, the ladder had to be all the way back at the beginning. Rawr! Rawr. That is what I say. There we are. Whoops. No, I don't have my tools backwards. I'm just out of practice right now. It's literally only been a week since I played, and muscle memory of the moment is just ever so slightly gone. I am gonna definitely try to get as much stone as possible just to make sure I'm keeping those levels high. Man, nothing. Nothing good. Got lots of geodes, so that actually probably is good for hopefully getting an aquamarine. 2 infested floors. So quickly. One right after the other. I am not amused. No, sir. No, sir, madam, or mix. And a small magnet ring. That'll be good to sell. And I realize in that little Sir, Madam, or Mix thing, I don't actually know what the non-binary honorific would be in that case. I do know that Mix is just MX, considered an alternate for Mr. or Mrs. or Ms. or Miss, and I appreciate all that. So definitely want to be acknowledging any and all viewers that I have with correct reference. So if anyone knows that, let me know. One of the things that I absolutely love about this game is how queer friendly it is in all manners. I do wish there was actually a non-binary character option. That is a bit of a shortcoming in my opinion, but it's not as the references to gender are very minimal, and for that reason I think that it's at least decent. I would never deign to speak for members of the non-binary community on that, though. More representation is always good. More complete representation is always good. And nothing else, really, it looks like. There's Aquamarine. Sweet. Excellent. I'm just going to leave right now. I'm going to drop off one of those Aquamarines right away, just to make sure that we have that taken care of. And I realized that whole gender conversation was a bit of a random thing to get onto, but like I said, even though there is a shortcoming in this game with it not having a non-binary option, it is one of the better games in terms of queer representation, in my opinion, because it has no gender parameters in regard to romance. It has, in regard to clothing, even though you select a gender, a binary gender, in the character creation, you can select a quote-unquote male character and make them look very femme. You can select a quote-unquote female character and make them butch or mask, and it's just good. It's so simple. It's such a simple acknowledgement. And yes, it doesn't go far enough. Absolutely. Actually having a non-binary character option would be an excellent step beyond what there currently is, but even so, the sheer lack of gender-based parameters on a lot of gameplay is still really excellent, in my opinion. And again, I would never deign to speak for the non-binary or trans community on that. So, but that is where we are going to end today's episode, or this first episode for today, guys. Everybody, speaking of gendered language, thank you so much for watching. Be sure to hit the subscribe button so you always know when I have new videos coming out, and follow the links in the description to the Facebook page and Discord server so you can join the conversation. And if you are so inclined, follow the additional link to my Patreon so you can support me monetarily there by becoming a game scholar. But as always, this is your game professor signing off, and I will see you next time.